Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Winter Solstice 2022 reading for you. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be your Summer Solstice 2022 reading. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let us ask God, Source Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, to bless us, to move us forward in healing, loving peace, keeping all that is hateful and hurtful from us. So let's see the energy that Spirit wants us to be mindful of during this time. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, this is the Fool. Okay. So we can be feeling rather foolish here, Gemini. We can be feeling as if we go from one adventure to the other or one idea to the other without ever really accomplishing anything. Or we can just want something so totally new that we're willing to throw away everything that we've been building and see what we can build now, how we can move forward, what we can go to. So just be very mindful of this, that either we're not honoring our path, we're not honoring saying, okay, you know what? I've walked away from things that weren't right for me, and I was aware enough in my own body, soul, and self to know it. And also saying, I'm not going to throw away what I have built just because I can be feeling, kind of antsy or overwhelmed or wanting a bit of change in my life. So there's going to be this real sense of I'm finding balance within me. And anything that comes during this time that doesn't lead us to a sense of, well, that makes me feel balanced or that makes me feel connected, we're going to need to walk away from. We're going to need not to be hasty and run away from things, but really look at things and say, okay, what is stressing me out? What is overwhelming me? Why do I want to change absolutely everything? And how can I center myself and use that, energy that wants change? How can I bring it into the work that I do now, into where I am now? That's going to be very important for us. It really, really is. Okay. So let's see what Spirit wants us to connect with during this time. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides, angels. Here, it is fairy tale. I love that. It is fairy tales. It's connecting with stories. It's connecting with, lessons that are learned through these fairy tales, through these stories. It's having a bit of whimsy in our lives. It's not saying I have to change everything, but I have to let the fairy tale back in. I have to let the stories back in. Gemini, that is so important to us. We're ruled by Mercury, right? We need to have this connection with language, with stories, with ideas. That connection with fairy tales is going to almost be like, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to myself. I'm connecting with what I need, with what I want, with what I desire in my life, for my life. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. Angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So it's very interesting here. is that, we're crowned with the Lovers. The Lovers is Gemini energy, and that is the essence of ourselves coming forward. We then have the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Cups, which is the Minor Arcana Lovers card, and we have the Five of Cups. What we're doing right now is we're kind of looking at the glass half full. We're looking at everything that has spilt, everything that has been, seeped into the earth that cannot be changed. And it's breaking our hearts. What Spirit is telling us to do is to turn around, to see the Two of Cups that still stand, the healing, beautiful love. And this is actually going to be a time on the longest night of the year that we're doing a lot of healing. Now, the longest night of the year has us moving from Sagittarius timeframe to Capricorn timeframe. Capricorn timeframe is about career and success and ambition and tradition and our life purpose. Our life purpose is to be a bit of a fairy tale. It's not to have and they all live happily ever after. It's to go back further. Go to the original fairy tales. They're not Disney fairy tales. They're not all happy. They're sometimes very dark. They're sometimes disturbing. And it's understanding that to connect with the fairy tale of life, to connect with the story of life, and the way that we tell the story is to look at things quite differently, but always have that undercurrent of love, having that current of connection and insight and ideas. Now, what's interesting is that the winter solstice is a time of rest and reflection, right? It's a time to slow things down. The sun stands still for just a little bit. It causes us to focus on our shadow self, the part of us that we don't want the rest of the world to see, the part that we kind of deem of ourselves too vicious, too angry, too hurtful, too hateful to come out into the light of day. We're going to be seeing how to intertwine that personality with the personality that we want to be seen. We can be a little bit more cruel. We can be a little bit more forceful. We can be angry at times here, Gemini. We don't always have to put on the face of, I'm happy, I'm fine. I'm happy I have everything under control. I'm happy everything is brilliant. It's time to stop withering, because that's what we feel like at times. We feel like not only is it winter, but we feel like we're a flower without the sunlight shining on us. It's time to connect to those fairy tales, to stories. I don't know about you, but for me, stories are everything. And so this is connecting with those stories again. This is seeing ourselves as being the powerhouse that we are. I know we read in astrology books, or you read about yourself online, and you can be like, oh, flighty and ditzy, just reading about Gemini. We know when to leave, or we know when we don't want to be at that party at all. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We can think it is, but we're going to find that we're moving forward towards what we love, towards what we desire. It might take us longer than others to find that path. We might have to discover things kind of the hard way at times. We're a younger form of the zodiac, the development. So it's not surprising that we want to try so many things and we want to see so many things, and we give things so many chances, just as little kids do. We're connecting with our love again. And as we slow things down, we start to see that love. Now, understand that the moon is opposite Mars, which is in retrograde in Gemini. Okay? Now, this brings us to be very introspective in dealing with the past. So we're very introspective right now, and we're looking at the past. We're seeing, how can I move forward in love? How can I move forward in healing? Where do I need to be for me? These are big questions. The winter solstice is having us connect with them. Is having us see what we desire within our lives, see what we want, see how we're moving forward, see how we're developing for ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious energy. And that's the sun. Subconsciously, we have the sun in Sagittarius, because, at the nighttime, on the next day, okay, the 21st is in Sagittarius time frame, and the 22nd is in the Capricorn time frame. So we're moving towards that sun's change. We have here the sun. We have the happiest card in the whole entire deck. This is illumination. This is passion. This is light. This is beauty. This is everything that we desire in our world coming forward. And we're starting to see that. We are also embracing the two sides of us. Again, the shadow side and the side that we deem appropriate for civilized human beings. We're coming to terms with both sides. We're not fighting ourselves anymore. And I think that's a problem that a lot of people have, but it's one that's more easily kind of highlighted in Gemini because we're represented by the twins. We have two sides of us. now we need those two sides to intertwine. And as they intertwine, we see ourselves more and more. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that's the 5 of Pentacles. That's being mindful of sabotage around money. It's being mindful of feeling outside in the cold, thinking I can't move forward, I can't get to where I want to be, I can't have the prosperity that I desire. There's something here. It can be from childhood. It can be from a relationship that we were in where a person made us account for everything that we spent, even if we had our own money. Or even if, we were dividing the labor, I stay at home, you go to work, both are jobs, but we had to account for everything and it made us have a bad relationship with money. We need to start healing from that. And this is a time that we start healing from it, first by seeing it and calling it out. Not running away. That's going to be our very first instinct with the Fool, is to be like, that's it, I'm out, I'm done. We need to face it head on, not with another person, but with ourselves. And if that then leads to having discussions with other people about it, then let it be so. But there's a real need for us to just look at what we're afraid of when it comes to financial success. What are we afraid of when it comes to prosperity and bounty and what we desire within our lives? It moves us to our subconscious energy that Spirit wants us to be aware of. And this is luminous. Spirit wants us to be luminous, beautiful, wants us to shine, just like the sun. It's subconsciously, it's like it comes from within. It all comes from within. Let yourself shine. Let yourself shine and let yourself be brilliant, because you are. All right, Gemini, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace. May blessings always be with you, Gemini. May you have a wonderful solstice, and God bless.